Hello, in today's video we're going to talk about the Kreg Pocket Hole Jig K4 that we decided to go out and buy today. It's kind of a purchase on the whim. We were getting tired of using the Kreg Mini that we have because we have so many orders to do. We wanted to make sure that we can get our projects done as quickly as possible. So we decided to go out and get this Kreg Jig was available at our local Lowe's. We got it for $132 here on Amazon. You can see it's $139. The only difference is the one at Amazon does come with a dust collection attachment, which ours didn't. So a little bit different that way, but otherwise it's the exact same Kreg jig that has a 3-hole guide for pocket holes, a clamping recess to secure your jig, as well as a removable drill guide so that you can actually clamp it onto a piece of wood without having to use the this whole system. It also has a drill guide block, doubles as a repair tool as well. And of course, with pocket holes, you don't need any glue, no complicated math, because it also has the guides written on the jig itself, where you can automatically adjust your drill bit as well as the depth of your holes. With the clearly marked areas on the side of the jig itself. So very strong, made of glass-filled nylon type of construction, as Kreg always does, so you know it's going to last a long time. And here in the video you can see, you can go check it out on Amazon. They have quite a few details, and it's quite helpful as well. And it also had a very good I guess rating from their users. So here I am, just it's like opening a gift on Christmas kind of thing, opening up the box here to see what it all came with. I think this model that they had here at our local Lowe's was probably an older one, because it actually came with a DVD, which today is not something that we usually get. And yeah, so there's our DVD that came with this box, which is kind of interesting because, yeah, really you don't see that anymore. Of course, you get a little bit of a builder's guide, and the owner's manual is fairly thick. And of course, we throw that aside right away because we can figure this out on our own, right? So there we go. There we have it. Again, a little quick clamping system, an adjustable guide, hole guide as well. And then in the box we came with an assortment of different size screws. I'll keep those in the box as a last-minute backup should I ever run out. This is the drill bit itself, which is nice because it has the quick connect for our impact drill, so I'm really happy about that, because getting tired with having the one that we have is only made for a drill with a chuck kind of thing. So it's always good to have the quick attach option, and that is a block so that if you do take the guide out, you can use it as a guide for making sure you get the right depth, as well as a drill driver. Again, quick attach drill driver bit, so didn't have to buy that because I was about to buy a new one, and just the drill driver itself is about $11, so I was happy that came with it. So that's a little bit there. You can see that the guides for adjusting your collar on the bit are built right in there, as well as, again, it's an adjustable guide that, depending on the depth of your wood. So there's everything that's in the box for this jig. So this one, of course, doesn't have the side attachments like the K5, where it helps if you have longer pieces of wood, it will help keep it aligned. So I decided to take a piece of plywood and bolt it or screw it onto the plywood, and then you'll see further on that I add the sort of extension so that it's the same height as the jig itself, and that way it'll keep the longer piece of the wood well balanced, and I'll show you down the line of how that works. So here I am, I'm just screwing it down to the plywood. all screwed down. Now the screws were just slightly longer than they needed to be, and the cool thing with that is just the little points were sticking out just enough so that it actually held in place on our workbench. That of course is pretty scratched up and used up anyways, so I don't mind that it actually leaves little marks when I place it onto the workbench. It actually holds it in place that it won't slide around, so it was kind of like an added feature. So these are the little extension piece of the wood that I mentioned. I put them through the planer so that it's exact same depth, thickness as the jig itself, which was right about 1 inch. Making sure we get it all put in place. I didn't put any glue or anything like that, just in case I thought that down the line maybe I would need a wider piece, but I just used some scrap woods that we had on hand. Just to make sure that it was nice and in place. Just putting away my measuring tools there to make sure again that I had the right thickness. And now we're ready to give it a go to try and make some pocket holes. Make sure that I had my drill bit set properly. Place it in the jig. This is going to be much faster than our little Kreg Mini that we had, where we'd have to clamp down for each hole. Here we have the ability to make 2 holes or 3 holes all at once, just with one clamping, and just a better position for drilling as well, being downwards. There's Brenda and my thumb giving it a thumbs up, and here Brenda is giving it a try for the first time as well to see how she likes it. This wood is a little bit thicker than 3/4, and so nice thing with this is you can adjust the clamp mechanism so that it can be just as tight or just as, I think we had a little bit too tight there, but again, this was the first time trying it out with an actual piece of wood that we're going to be using for furniture. We hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more like this, hey, hit the subscribe button down below, that like button as well. We always appreciate it when you do that, and you know, that notification bell is there so that you get notified every time we get a new video like this, because we will be making more projects using this jig, so you'll see it in more action, and you'll see whether or not it might be something that you might like to get yourselves. See you next time here at the Dusty Workbench.